How to use a bidet. If you're traveling through Europe, Latin America, the Middle East, East Asia, or China, chances are that you'll eventually encounter a bidet in the bathroom. The bidet uses a stream of water to perform a similar function to toilet paper. Essentially, it's a wash basin that you use to clean your genitals and anal area after using the toilet. Your first encounter with a bidet can be a little daunting, but they are actually very simple and hygienic to use. Mounting the bidet. Use the toilet first. The purpose of the bidet is to help clean off after toilet use. You can use the bidet in conjunction with toilet paper, or you can use the bidet on its own. Some people believe that using a bidet is a hygienic substitute for toilet paper, but many choose to use both. Find the bidet. Sometimes, the bidet is located near the toilet, attached to the wall. It looks something like a low sink or a toilet with a faucet. However, many modern bidets are built into the toilet seat, so you don't need to get up to straddle another fixture. 1. These are the two main types of bidet: the stand-alone bidets found in Europe, and the toilet seat bidets that are common in Asia. Stand-alone, these bidets are separate fixtures which usually sit right next to the toilet. Sometimes, however, you'll find them across the room, or down the hall. Either way, you will need to use the toilet, then stand up and move over to the bidet. This is the original model of the bidet that originated in 18th century Europe. Toilet seat. Many bathrooms in Asia and America don't have the space to accommodate a separate fixture next to the toilet, so many toilets are designed with built-in bidets or fixtures that fit over the toilet seat. This way, you don't need to get up to clean yourself. 2. Straddle a stand-alone bidet. On most stand-alone bidets, you can choose to face the bidet's water controls, or you can face away from them, as you would on a toilet. It is usually easier to control the temperature and flow of the water if you face the controls. You will be able to see the water as it comes out, so you might have a simpler time cleaning yourself. 3. If you are wearing pants, you may need to remove them in order to straddle the bidet facing the controls. If you don't want to completely take off your pants, try stepping out of one leg so that you can swing your legs around the bidet. Ultimately, the way you face may be dictated by the position of the jets, and which area of your body that you wish to clean. That is to say, if you need to clean your front, it might be easier to face the jets. If you're cleaning your rear, try facing away from the stream. There are two main bidet types: 1. The old-fashioned stand-alone bidet with vertical water jet. 2. The attachable or add-on to toilet bowl bidet. The second one has two basic subtypes: A. Those producing oblique water jet. B. Those producing vertical water jet. The above distinction is necessary, as it is informing at first glance about what type would be appropriate for different situations and different ailments. People with mobility problems, hemorrhoids, blinds, elderly, need always the more effective in cleaning up vertical water jet, especially the elderly using elevated toilet. The same it applies for women after childbirth, as their nearby wounds make imperative a very exact and steady water jet, or people in general that seek for a 100% effective cleaning, etc. Cost of this type varies from 30 to 2000 DLS. The number 2 type has many other variations relating mechanical or electronically handling, or offering more services, as warm water, air drying, music, etc. The electronically controlled bidets belong to those producing oblique water jet, though not so oblique as others. Activate the toilet seat bidet. Look for the wash button on the bidet's remote control, which is usually mounted on the wall next to the toilet. You may also find the button on the toilet itself. A nozzle will appear beneath you and rinse your nether regions with a stream of water. 4. When you're done, simply press the stop button. The nozzle will rinse itself off and retract back into the seat. Cleaning yourself. Adjust the temperature and jet strengths for comfort. If the bidet has both hot and cold water controls, start by turning on the hot water. Once it's hot, Add the cold water until you have a comfortable temperature. Be very careful when turning on the water, as many bidets can produce a very high jet of water with only a slight turn of the control. You may find that you need to hold the control to keep the jets on. In normally hot climates, such as the Middle East, you should start with the cold water. The water will not need time to heat up, and you may end up burning sensitive areas if you turn the hot water on first. Be sure that you know where the water nozzle is, or you could end up with a surprise shower. If your bidet does have a spray nozzle set in the bowl, unlikely in the UK due to regulations, place your hand above it to subdue any jet of water and then either press or pull the diverter lever between or immediately behind the taps. Position yourself. Sit or squat over the stream so that the water hits the area you need to clean. You can continue to hover above the bidet or you can sit down on it. Note that most bidets don't have seats, but are still meant to be sat upon. You just sit directly on the rim. Some bidets do not have jets, they simply have a faucet that fills the basin, much as you would fill a sink basin. In this latter case, you'll need to use your hands to manually clean yourself. When you use a mechanically handled bidet, after you had finished the job, you don't do more than use the external mechanism to turn the water jet nozzle to the center inside the bowl and turn on the water supply valve, which is on your hand's reach beside bowl. On those bidet types, as the water jet is very thin, you don't usually feel the water temperature. Of course, in some cases you can use warm water, taking the water from bath supply. Clean your rear end or your genitals. If you're using a bidet with a jet, then you can mostly let the force of the water do its work. If you're using a basin, then you'll need to get your hands dirty. Either way, you might consider using your wet hands to scrub the area clean more quickly. You can always wash your hands afterward. Consider combining the bidet with toilet paper. You can use the paper at the end, to finish the job, or you can dampen the toilet paper in the water and use it to wipe yourself clean. Following up. Dry your skin. Some bidets have a built-in air dryer that you can use. Look for the dry button next to the wash and stop features. If there's no air dryer, simply pat yourself dry with toilet paper. Many bidets have a towel on a ring position next to the bidet. This is meant for drying the genitals or the hands, but sometimes it is used for mopping up any splashes around the rim after rinsing it. Rinse out the bidet. Once you are off the bidet, run the jets at very low pressure for a few seconds to rinse the basin and keep the bidet fresh. This is a matter of discretion and common courtesy. Make sure to turn off the jets before you leave the bathroom. If you run the stream, you'll waste water. Wash your hands. Use soap and water, as you would any time after using the toilet. If you can't find soap, use whatever